Welcome guys, welcome to Muse's Tarot. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you already know me and my channel. Today's reading is going to be very amazing because I'm going to get messages from the moon, the heavenly body, the moon. The moon in witchcraft and spirituality stands for the unconscious, dreams, psychic abilities, the female aspect of everyone, because we all have the divine feminine, because we all have the divine feminine, the divine masculine within us, and the moon is the divine feminine, which is all about mysticism, the shadow self, the dark self, the magical self, everything about that. Also, the moon is very important for witches because the moon cycles can help us to make a spell even stronger if we want to. And yeah, we're just going to see what kind of messages the heavenly body, the moon, has for you. We have 3 piles today. We have pile 1. We have pile 1 with the clear quartz. Pile 2 with the labradorite. And pile 3 with the amethyst cluster. Just go into a meditative state or breathe deeply, center yourself and see which pile is calling to you or which crystal is calling to you. If you don't feel called by any crystal or pile, look into the timestamps. If the timestamps resonate with you, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, it's absolutely fine. Even if you feel drawn to every pile, then watch every pile because there might be a message for all of them, and all of them for you. So yeah, just pick your pile and we will see each other at your pile. Bye. Welcome pile 1, welcome to your reading if you chose this beautiful pile and this clear quartz. Today's reading is one of my absolute favorites because we are going to see what kind of messages the moon has for you. Why I love this reading so much is just because I am a witch. I'm very connected with the moon. Even when it comes to astrology, I'm very connected with the moon. I am a Cancer moon and a Pisces rising. I love the moon so much. I really love her. Like, I consider her female. Because in witchcraft, the moon is female and it's all about the divine feminine, about intuition, psychic abilities, memories, secrets, everything mystical. And the sun is the masculine aspect and he is about healing, growing, action, all of these things. I really love the moon, and I'm probably also going to make a reading messages from the sun, but today's reading is about the moon, and I'm very curious because this might also mean that there might come up some deities that want to say something, deities who are connected with the moon, for example Jehuti, or you may know him as both. Someone else could be Artemis, Diana. I don't know the name of the Japanese god of the moon, but I know he was a god and not a goddess, or at least that's what I have in mind. But another goddess that might be connected with the moon is Hecate, Selene, I think she is called. Also, you can kind of say that that sea deities and water deities are also kind of connected with the moon, because the moon is very important for the ocean and for the sea, right? And yeah, that might also be something that comes up, but my plan is that these messages come from the heavenly body. So I'll just look into it. First, we are going to see what kind of situation you are and what kind of person you are, and then we will look into the messages of the moon. Okay, I'm going to put your crystal up here so it's not in the way. Okay, ask my spirit guides for protection. I ask Archangel Michael and Ampu, Lord Ampu, please, for protection, so only clear guided messages come through. And what kind of situation is pile 1? You seem very happy. We have the 9 of Cups. Very happy because something happened that really made you happy. For example, if you wanted to work on a YouTube channel, now you get the knowledge that you need to start your YouTube channel. Something else, you might be an influencer, maybe just you just blew up, or a video of you just blew up. Might be that someone recognized how good you look today. It's also something that's coming up. Maybe you bought yourself new clothes, new makeup, new stuff for your hair, self-care products, anything in this direction. Might even be that you just got into a relationship with your crush. If so, congratulations. Yeah, you seem very happy. Might even be that a bird is a sign for you. Maybe birds are signs, or you have like a bird as a pet. Maybe a parrot is something that's coming up. Also, how they call it, like the it's kind of like a parrot, very tropical with the long words in English. I'm going to put their name up here. It's something with banana, I think. Or at least in German, it's something with banana. Yeah, you might be that it doesn't have to be your pet, but it might be that it is a symbol of yours, that it is a spirit guide, maybe signs from a spirit, maybe signs from a deity, a spirit guide, anything like this, but you feel very optimistic, which I like. What kind of situation is Power 1 in Spirit? 5 of Coins in reverse. Might even be that you just got money, or just got a raise, or anything like this. Might be that you really just, maybe you come from poverty, or you just had a few months where you had less money than usual, and you are kind of getting out of this situation, and you're very grateful, you're very happy, and you really enjoy things. Maybe you're drinking champagne is something that just came up to my mind. Also, wine. Anything else? Might even be that you don't even drink alcohol normally, or that you just bought yourself like these alcohol-free, like there are cocktails and there are mocktails, right? And something like this, that you bought yourself a mocktail or anything like this, like a drink without alcohol that normally is with alcohol. I don't know how it's called in English. I only know mocktails. Okay, and what kind of situation is Pile 1 in Spirit? We have the Star in reverse. You have really big dreams, and normally you allow people to get onto you, like allow them to, yeah, you allow them to take away your hope. But for some kind of reason, you really feel like, okay, something changed and I'm seeing my future, I'm coming my goals just a little bit closer, and it really feels nice, it really feels amazing. I feel very happy. I'm enjoying life. I just enjoy life right now, but you seem like you have lots of dreams, like big dreams, and you really want, for example, your spirit guides say maybe you want to buy a house, maybe you want to get children, maybe you want your partner, or you just wanted to love yourself more, do shadow work, anything like this, and you succeeded, or you came your goal just one step closer. If so, I'm very proud of you. Page of Wands in reverse. The situation is currently that your spirit guides are also very proud of you, and they are celebrating in the spirit world. Like they are very like, yeah, this is amazing. We are so proud of you. Keep going. Yeah, they are just like proud parents right now. Okay, what kind of situation is Pile 1 in? Again, maybe you wanted to buy yourself a house. Something else that might be that, because we have these 4 swords, you might like wolves. And also what I wanted to say was, might be that you do have a little bit of lack of sleep, or you for some reason succeeded in finally having a normal sleeping schedule, which is so hard to get. I have to be honest, I'm trying to achieve this for years. I always sleep either too less, too much, not enough. It's always a mess when it comes to sleep with me. So maybe you finally succeeded in finding your own schedule that actually works for you. Maybe you found your own schedule to learn, like to study and still have enough rest time or anything like this. Or maybe you even just graduated, or have a period in your working time or studying time where you can have a break, which is also great. We have the devil. There might still be people around you who are not the best influence for you, who are just not very good for you, because, for example, they are drinking a lot, they are doing drugs, I don't know, there are so many things why people can be toxic. Maybe they don't accept your boundaries, maybe they just don't like you. That's also something that might be, even though the spirit guides just said that's not the case, but it seems like they are very different from you. For example, you might be introverted, they might be extroverted, and they like to go on parties and just having fun, but you like to sit in your home and just read a book and enjoy life. And it's okay that that's their life, but they shouldn't pull you down. Like, there shouldn't be peer pressure. Is it called peer pressure? I think it's called peer pressure. There shouldn't be peer pressure from your friends, even though they do it unconsciously. It's still not good. 7 of Swords in reverse. There might be that it might be that you already cut someone out of your life that was not good for you, or there is someone, and you know who is meant, who betrayed you, who literally stabbed your back, and now you feel kind of lost when it comes to this person. Maybe they're still thinking of you, maybe they still want you to come back, or the other way around, they want to come back, but you don't allow it. Anything that goes into this direction. Might be that, yeah, they are just not a good influence, they really hurt you, they really betrayed you, and you cut them off, which is great. I'm very proud of you, because it's a very tough lesson to cut someone out of your life. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Again, you might be very introverted, but also very connected with spirit, because we have the Queen of Cups. And for me, she is a person who is very connected with spirit guides and spirits, and it might even be that there is an ocean goddess or a sea goddess who is very present right now, because I feel someone, but I don't know who it is. It feels like the deity just said African. So I don't know who, I don't know too much about African deities, I really don't. But someone that comes to my mind is Oya. And also, I always forget her name. She's literally my patron, and I always forget her name. An African goddess. Okay, I have to look up her name. I'm going to put the name up here. I'm so sorry. I always forget her name. I don't know why. Because for me, it kind of similar sounds kind of similar as Orisha. And Orisha are the deities in African countries, at least in some. And I always butcher her name because I cannot, I don't know why I cannot think of her, but she is showing up. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. There's still a lot of things that you have to heal from your past. There's still a lot of, wounds, but that's okay. That's nothing too bad. You might be that you want to work on your sacral chakra that feels very blocked, and also the root chakra to ground yourself more. Okay, let's see. Messages from the moon. I'm curious. Oh my god, I'm so happy to do this. It's really, I love the moon so much. Okay, I'm asking spirit for protection again. Messages from the moon to pile 1, please. Messages from the moon for pile 1. Messages from the moon, please. I see Artemis and Diana. And also in Japanese deity, but I don't know their name. Also. Okay, we have the 2 of Coins in reverse. I can tell you there's a lot of pressure around my temples right now, and it really hurts, and also my ears. It really hurts. Maybe you have had pain there. You went to the doctors or something that's coming up. And you are not grounded. You are not grounded. That's what meant with the Two of Pentacles. You're really not grounded, because I feel like I'm floating. I feel like I'm floating in the air. I'm not sitting here. I'm not being present. I really just dissociated very strongly, and normally this doesn't happen when I do readings. Like, I do suffer from dissociation oftentimes, but normally it doesn't happen in readings, and it's probably a sign that you're not grounded enough. And I did say that you need to work on your root chakra. So you really need to ground yourself more. 10 of Swords in reverse. It's time for you to do some shadow work. Yeah, that's everything that I get, to be honest. It's time for you to do some shadow work. Sorry, I'm just not used to the energy of the moon. I have to be honest. I still try to tap into this energy, because it feels very soft, but also strong. So maybe you want to connect with the moon even more. And I literally see the moon before my third eye. I literally see the moon like talking. This is crazy. I never did this before. I love it so much. I love it. Okay, but back to the reading. I'm so sorry. It's time for you to do some shadow work, because, as I said, there are some wounds in your past and in your childhood that really trigger you still, and it's nothing bad to get triggered. It's absolutely normal, but you can work on that you don't get triggered as much anymore, and also that you have skills that help you through this time with being triggered. And also something that's coming up with the 7 of Coins is, for me, this fire is sticking out so much right now. And have you ever done a burning bowl ritual, I think it's called, where you write yourself a letter, or a personal letter? Just write down whatever you want to say, or you can write down a behavior you have, or anything in this matter, something that you want to let go of, and you write that down. You write a letter about it. You talk about your feelings, everything, and then under the full moon or the new moon is better, I think. Also the waning moon, you burn this and put it in like a bowl until everything is burned out, until everything is burned. And then you can ask the element of fire to help you when you burn it, and then you throw it out of your window and ask the element of air to take it away. And it is kind of like a cord cutting, if you want to see it like that. It's very helpful. I used to do this when I was a baby witch very often, because I like this method. I haven't done it in a very long time. Maybe I should again do this. But yeah, it's really helpful. It helps you to let go, and that's something the moon really says. Try to do this, and they say under the full moon or the new moon is the best. We have the Page of Coins in reverse. There was a hobby that you actually had. It was like something that you really enjoyed, and you haven't done it in a very long time, and the moon is saying it's time for you to do this again, because you really seem like you miss it. And the moon really wants you to tap more into your inner child. I see someone fishing. Oh, bless you, my cat just sneezed. I see someone fishing. Also, sneezing of someone or something is, no, for me, my cat is a someone. But if someone sneezes, it's confirmation for me. So yeah, I see someone fishing. I see someone playing with clay, like making a cute little pond of clay and painting it and doing all this cute stuff. And the moon really says it's time for you to go back to that. And again, grounding is something that's coming up, but also if you feel drawn to it, I never knew this was possible. If you feel drawn to it, meditate with the moon, like call on the moon energy for you, because she's able to bring you down, like to ground you, but also help you open the chakras. Which chakra was the moon? I don't even know anymore, but she can help you with the sacral chakra. She really wants you to help with the sacral chakra. because my sacral chakra right now is vibrating, which is pretty weird. I never had this before in my body, so yeah. Okay. Messages from the moon, please. Then we have the Knight of Cups. Because you let go of someone in the past, the person I was talking about with like you needing to let go of them and you cutting them out of your life, that you succeeded with, or maybe you still have to do this, you get a reward for it. The moon really wants to give you, or your spirit guides, to give you love or a new friend. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It can also be platonic love or anything else. But it might also be romantic love is coming up. And I really feel like it might be that you tap into your past at some point, because the moon is bringing me back to some situations where I learned magic, where I learned more about spirituality, where I always watch pick a card readings for zodiac signs, and she really says it's time for you to watch some pick a cards about zodiac signs. And she also, for some kind of reason, that's just a message for me, she wants me to do these readings for zodiac signs. So maybe I'm going to do that, maybe not. Probably will. If the moon asks me, then I'm going to do that. She won't say it without a reason. But yeah, look a little bit more into these readings to connect also more with your spirit guides and to connect more with astrology, because it seems like you should learn a little bit more about astrology because it can help you. The moon wants you to look into your Chiron. This is the wounded healer within our birth chart. That's somewhere that we are hurt, that we have a wound, and Chiron says we are going to heal this, and then we are going to teach people how to heal this too. Okay, messages from the moon, please. Four of Wands in reverse. The next partner is not going to be someone that you marry. Like she has to be honest, she says. She really says it's someone you're going to have fun with, but it's not for forever. Yeah, maybe you stay friends later on or anything like this, but it's not the person you're supposed to marry. This is just from the moon. There are still people you have to leave. We have the Six of Swords, sorry. There's still someone you have to let go of, and you know it, because I remember I was talking about someone that really isn't good for you and that really bothers you. Like, not bothers you, but they're just not good for you. Like, it doesn't mean that they are bad people or anything like this. Maybe they are, take what resonates, but they don't have to be bad people to not be for you, you know. Sometimes people are just not for us, and that's absolutely okay. And then we have to let go so new things can come in that are actually for us. Or maybe you have outgrown the situation or these people. That's possible. And sometimes you get different ways just to have a crossing again. King of Wands. She wants you to be creative and draw. And also tap more into the fire energy. I don't know why. Maybe you are a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Maybe you have fire in your big three and Mercury. But she wanted to tap more into the fire element. And even if this means doing the fire, like the bowl ritual, or buying yourself candles, anything like this might be, might be good for you. I have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Don't listen to people that are not happy with themselves. Like, sometimes people project their problems onto you and you see it like it is your problem, but that's not the case. They are literally projecting their problems onto you. So yeah, don't listen to them. Listen to your heart, listen to the moon, listen to your spirit guides, but don't listen to people who are just grumpy and just want to hurt other people so they can suffer as much as they do. They are really just, yeah. One last message from the moon. We have the Seven of Wands and the Page of Cups. if there is something that you really want to achieve, you have to work for it. And it's not meant with bad intentions or anything like this, but there are things you could work on more, and the moon just acknowledges that and wants to say to you, you can do things better and you are not going to regret it. Just keep pushing. Okay, and that's also everything that I have for you. I'm very grateful for the moon, for talking through me. I'm so happy. It was so fun. I really hope that, yeah, you enjoyed your reading and that you felt comfortable and that I could give you guidance. And again, thank you for all, and I hopefully will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile or the labradorite, such a pretty crystal, it's pretty new, I just bought it. Today's reading is going to be so fun, and I couldn't wait to film this reading. We are getting messages from the moon, from the heavenly body moon. Might even be that some moon gods and goddesses might show up. For example, I think Isis is also connected with the moon, Hecate, Thoth or Jehuti, as you may know him, Artemis, Diana. There are so many deities connected with the moon. Horus, might also someone that is connected with the moon, since he is a sun god, a sky god, and connected with the sun. Like one eye is the sun, the other eye is the moon. But yeah, we will see what kind of messages the moon has for you, which is kind of interesting. Like I didn't know what to expect, but in the first reading, it was so cool because I felt the energy of the moon around me, and I like saw her in my inner eye. It was so cool. But yeah, first we are going to see what kind of situation you are. Then we are going to get the messages from the moon. And yeah, let's start. I asked my spirit guides for protection, Archangel Michael and Lord Anpu, please protect me, so that we only get high vibrational and clear messages from the moon. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 2 in? 2 of Wands. You are actually someone who really likes the moon and watches the moon. Something else that's coming up is that you might like traveling a lot, making yourself vision boards, reading about like trips you can make. Maybe you're not able to afford it yet, but it feels like you look into like vacation and trips and visiting other countries a lot, and also learning about other cultures. We have the Chariot in reverse. Might even be that you're not able to drive, how's it called in English? Drive a car? Might be that. But what's meant with the black and white is standing out so much right now. What's meant with the black? What's meant with the white? You feel very connected to the moon goddess. No. What's meant? What's meant with that? Okay, now I get it. Okay. I just asked, you are a witch or a shaman, druid, someone who practices magic. I think you can also call male witches wizards, but I've heard that wizard is again something else than a witch. But yeah, witch doctors, something like this. It feels like you are very spiritual, and that's also what I just got with the like this white is sticking out to me, and then I was thinking of the moon, and then I was thinking of being spiritual because the moon is the symbol of intuition, divine femininity, psychic gifts, magic, everything that has to do with this, mysticism, anything like this. And it feels like you really are a witch or someone who really practices magic, which is so cool because I'm a witch myself of 3 years now. This year it's going to be 4 years. I don't feel like I have learned so much, but my spirit guides always tell me, yeah, you know quite a bit. Let's say quite a bit. But yeah. Feels like you are a witch, which is so cool. Might be working with fairies, which is also very cool because not every witch is able to work with fairies because there are so many rules that you have to think of when working with fairies. So yeah, That's quite interesting, I have to be honest. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 2 in? What kind of situation is pile 2 in? Okay, we have Queen of Pentacles. Again, the rabbit. And rabbits are symbols of the moon. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I wanted to say. Yeah, again, you feel very connected with the moon. Maybe you do some rituals. With the moon, like watching the moon cycle and just making yourself moon water. You feel very connected with the moon. It feels like you know the energy of the moon. Maybe you are even a lunar witch, I think it's called, a witch that works closely with the moon. Or what else would be a cosmic witch, I think it's called, when you work a lot with astrology and the moon cycles and the zodiac signs and birth charts, anything like this. For example, I like to learn that, but I wouldn't consider myself a cosmic witch because astrology is such a hard topic for me to understand because there's so much to learn and everybody says something different and it's just too much. So I don't, like, I love astrology and I include it in my magic, but it's very difficult for me. Maybe even an eclectic witch, that's also absolutely fine, right? As long as you don't hurt anybody by stealing things from their culture. I don't know why I had to say this, so maybe this resonates with someone and I just felt energy, so it might be that you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you feel very connected with the moon. Also, you might have a rabbit as a pet or a dog as a pet. Not red. Sorry, I wanted to say cat in Greek and mixed, and I don't know why I wanted to say it in Greek, so maybe you feel connected with the Greek deities. Yeah, I wanted to say rata, or it's pronounced something like this, and it means cat in Greek, and I was just thinking of that, and I don't know why I'm explaining myself, but I don't know. Okay, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. You are someone, if you have to learn something, you don't want to learn it and it's very hard for you. But if it's a topic that you actually like, it's like going so easily. Like you can learn so much in like so little time. You are literally learning so much if you want to. For example, again, if you're interested in astrology, maybe you learn a lot of astrology and a lot of things about lunar magic, solar magic, magic of the stars, the planets, anything like this. Maybe you learn with that very easily. Maybe you just started you were a witch, right? Witches love to learn. It's literally like, yeah, it's always said, yeah, witches do magic, but what we actually do all the time is learning. We all the time read or watch videos on magic, anything like this. Like the most time we only learn or study, and then like maybe 5% of the time we do a spell. Like I don't do spells as often. Like I only do protection spells. Sometimes I do a money spell, but only sometimes. I sometimes also do a self-love spell. But yeah, that's literally everything that I do. Like I don't do everything with magic because I always think there are other ways to get what you want. You don't always have to use magic. Like you can, for example, I don't know, if you want to meet people, you have to go outside, right? Or you have to download yourself an app to talk to people. Otherwise, you are not able to meet people. Then you don't need a spell to meet people, you know? Do you get what I mean? Like sometimes I don't understand why some witches do so many spells, but they can do whatever they want. I just don't understand it. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 2? You have justice? No, judgment. I always get it wrong. But what I wanted to say is there are a lot of spirits around you, spirit guides, but it feels like you are not working too much with your spirit guides. Or you only work with one or two, but it doesn't feel like you have a very great connection to them. Like, yeah, of course you have a great connection with them. Like they are your spirit guides, they protect you, they send you signs, they send you energy, anything like this. But for example, I talk to my spirit guides almost daily. I don't know how many altars. I think I have 3 or 4 altars in my home for my spirit guides because they are literally like my best friends. They are literally like my family, and I talk to them so often. But you don't have to, right? Not everybody has to have such a great connection with their spirit guides, because even though if you're not talking to your spirit guides or not praying to your spirit guides, they still will protect you and will be there for you. So yeah, like it kind of sounded like I want to guilt trip you or something like this when I said, yeah, I'm working so much with my... No, that's not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to show you that there are differences in working with spirit guides. Like some work with them very closely, others never talk to them, others don't even know they have spirit guides, but it feels like you know what spirit guides are. And also it might be that you're a beginner witch and you didn't know what spirit guides are and you're just learning about them, which is also absolutely fine. If you're a beginner witch, the most important part of magic is protection and purification and cleansing. Without these 3, you're not safe enough to work with spirits. I just have to say it, okay? Because I made so many mistakes as a beginner witch. I had the worst 6 months of my life when I started my witchcraft journey, because I didn't use protection, I didn't clear my energy, and I didn't purify the energy of my room and myself, and I was attached to so many spirits. It was hell. Just a little advice from a witch. What kind of situation is pile 2 in? Even though you learn a lot, we have the Hermit. There is still so many things that you can learn. That's just something that your spirit guides want to say to you. And again, I want you to concentrate on protection. Like there's literally a spell book, like a book about about protection spells that you can read. That was actually kind of good, and learn about some methods on the internet and also from books, because it's the most important part. And something else your spirit guides want you to look up is what kind of spirit guides are there, so you learn more about your spirit guides. We have the 8 of Wands. Don't overwork yourself is a quick message. Please don't overdo it. Even though there is so much to learn, like I'm guilty with this too. Like I learned so much and I burn myself out every time because I want to learn so much and want to read so many books at the same time, and then I never have a break, and yeah, it's too much. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 2 in? What kind of situation? You have lots of we have Page of Cups and 9 of Swords. You have a lot of spiritual gifts, and when they awaken, you feel very overwhelmed. Because, for example, you start seeing spirits or shadow people, you hear noises in the background, and it feels like hallucinations, and it just feels like too much. And I can tell you a little trick: close your third eye and your crown chakra, and it's going to be better. Or just wait, because you will get used to it. I was literally like this too. Like in the beginning, I was so freaking scared because I started seeing so many spirits. I heard them in my head, and I couldn't control who I allow in my head and who not. And it was so bad. It really was so bad. But I'm glad I now kind of have a balance. And if it's too much, I just close my third eye and my crown chakra, and then it's not as bad anymore. Like, it's not like you lose your gifts, but you put a stop on it. What kind of situation is pile 2? Might be that you have money struggles, 10 of Wands. Might be that you have money struggles. That was just a quick message. Yeah. Okay. What kind of situation is pile 2? What kind of situation is pile 2? Just a little message, King of Wands. And I don't know if you have to hear this. You're going to be a great witch or practitioner of magic. Just take what resonates. You're going to be such a great person when it comes to this, so don't worry. Okay, let's see what kind of messages the moon has for you. Messages from the moon. Five of Pentacles. You're not alone. You are actually like not alone. You have the moon above you, you have the sun above you, you have your spirit guides around you. And I know it's not what we want when we say we want friends, but the moon just wants to say you are not alone. And it's not always going to be like this, like how it is right now with not having friends, for example, not having family. You can make your own family. And if you don't have friends, they are going to come to you. Like I had to wait, I think 2 years until I met someone that are actually supposed to stay in my life. And she's now my best friend because I love her so much. And I had to wait 2 years, 2 patient years. And if I see it correctly, it was even more than 2 years, because before that I had a very long period of time where I haven't talked to my friends or anyone that I knew, and I had to break up, break the contact at some point with them, and then I was alone. I had no one, and it was a tough time, so I feel you. But people will come in the right timing. You just have to be patient. And I know how much you hate this sentence probably, but you have to be patient. Things are going to change for you. It's not going to be like this forever. Messages from the moon, please. Messages from the moon. Ten of Pentacles. If you dream of buying yourself a house at some point, also I feel a lot of pressure on my left ear right now. If this is a sign for you, I don't know. And now it got away. But it have gotten away. That's the correct sentence. Oh, sorry. If you dream of having a family, having a house, being in nature and being so happy, that's because these are things that the universe promises you're going to get. It's kind of like if you would see into your future, like if you would look into your future in a kind of way. These are kind of like downloads from spirit to show you that's what you're going to get if you keep fighting, if you keep being strong. And it's not only a dream, it's not only a goal, it's something that you actually can achieve. And it's possible. That's something that the moon really, really, really wants to say. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's not going to be like this forever, that you have to cut off people that are not good for you. At some point, there will come people that you don't have to cut off, or that you maybe just need a break with, and then you're going to see each other again. But it's not going to be like this forever. And I think that's like the main message. Regardless of which topic, it's not going to be like this forever. Things are going to change. But right now, you need to concentrate on yourself to heal some old wounds, to learn to become the best version of yourself, so you don't push away people that are supposed to be in your life. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just is that you have some wounds that push away people and that would hurt people, and you don't want to lose those that are actually for you. We have Justice in reverse. The moon acknowledges that either the past or something that happened to you, just take what resonates, wasn't fair to you because you didn't deserve this. But she also wants to say to you that this situation helped you to grow and to become the person that you are today, and to become the person that you are tomorrow, like your future self. You had to go through some things to see your wounds, to be able to heal, and to see that some things have to change. Yeah, it's bad. Like, I know I hate just so much too when like bad things happen, but that's sometimes the case, and we cannot do anything about it. We can just be strong, go through the mess, and come out as a better person. It's just for your own good, even though it sucks. Like, I know, but it's just for your own good. King of Cups. The moon wants to say to you that she's very proud of you, how good you have your emotions under control, that you don't allow your emotions to overflow you or to hurt others, because it shows that you are very mature and that you are a very evolved person. And also the fact that you are learning about witchcraft and wanting to learn, it shows a lot of discipline to become a witch, because if you don't like learning, you cannot be a witch. I hate to break it to you, but witchcraft is about learning. You have to learn a lot of things, and it never stops. You always have to learn new things, because new things are going to show up for you. You always evolve as a witch. You have to do shadow work. You have to heal yourself. You have to learn. You have to you get bothered by spirits. You have so many challenges. Then if you want to work with deities, those deities are sometimes very strict, take away things from you that you actually love, just for you to grow. Being a witch is not for the weak, okay? It's a very, very strong path, and you have to have some bravery to be able to become a witch or to be a witch. Like, everybody can call themselves a witch, but who actually does things a witch do, right? And I don't want to say I want to gatekeep witchcraft. No, that's not the case. Like, I don't care, whoever wants to be a witch, be a witch. But I just want to acknowledge that people who actually achieve being a witch are very strong people. Like, we are very strong, and it's something that the moon just almost talked through me. That was kind of creepy. She wanted to say, I want witches to see how strong they are, because they are kind of like my children. No, she says they are my children. They are so strong. They are not weak. They are not ugly. They are not bad or anything. These people are so strong, and I want these people to see it. It's something that the moon wants to say. Like, I feel her energy is so strong right now. She really is. Like, she reminds me kind of like of the goddess Diana, I have to be honest, because the goddess Diana and also Artemis are both very strong female people. You don't have to be female to be a witch, of course. You can be male, non-binary, anything else. Gender doesn't matter, as well as sexual orientation. It doesn't matter, but the moon really wants her children to see how strong they actually are. And that's also the message of the Nine of Cups. I didn't look at the card. Yeah, and also with the moon. She sees us as humans in general, as her children, and she really, but she currently is talking about witches. She really wants to, like, there are so many witches who are insecure and who think they are not good enough, their magic is not good enough, this is not good enough, this is not good enough. It's like we all have our insecurities and always think we are bad at our practice, at our craft, but that's not the case. We are learning so much, we are evolving, we are healing. I already said it, all of this, but still, same message. She really wants to see how strong you are. Okay, messages from the moon, please. Messages from the moon. She again wants to remind you, we have the Hermit, that it's time for you to be a little bit on your own. And it's not going to be forever. Like, I just heard 1 year or 4 years. You will see what resonates with you. But yeah, things are going to change. Don't worry about it. Messages from the moon. 2 more messages from the moon, please. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. Just because someone leaves doesn't mean they are going to be gone forever. If someone is actually for you, they are going to be there for you if you need them. If someone is actually for you, they are going to come back. But she also wants to warn you, sometimes people come back just to test our boundaries and our boundaries and our morals. So be careful. Sometimes bad people come back too. That's just a little advice. And at the end, we have an extra card that says alles ist gut, which translates into everything is all right. So don't worry, things are going to get better. Don't worry. I thank the moon so much for the messages because it was such an amazing task for me to speak for the moon. I feel very honored. Okay, but that's also everything that I have for you. I wish you the best of luck, and trust me, you're not going to be always, like, you're not always going to be alone. At some point there will be people who will join you, so don't worry about it, and I'm wishing you the best of luck, and I hopefully will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome part 3, welcome to your reading if you chose the third pile or this amethyst cluster. Today we are going to see what kind of messages the heavenly body, the moon, has for you, because I feel very connected with the moon since I'm a witch, and I do have some water placements, and also I have Cancer and Moon, which is literally the house of the moon. So I feel very connected with the moon all the time. I do use the moon cycles in my magic. For example, doing protection spells during the new moon and the full moon and so on. And yeah, today is going to be interesting because we are going to get messages from the moon. I don't even know why I felt drawn to do this, because I never saw it on YouTube yet. Maybe someone does it already, but I never saw it, and it interested me what the moon has to say. So yeah, we're going to look into that. First, we're going to see what kind of situation you are in, and then we are getting the messages from the moon. So yeah, let's dive in. Going to put that up here. My cute little Buddha statue that I got from my grandma. Like, I don't buy Buddha statues because I never know if it is cultural appropriation or not. It probably is, but my grandma gifted me the statue and I really like it. So yeah. Okay, let's shuffle first. And then we'll see in what kind of situation you are in pile 3. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 3? Okay. Ooh, I love it already. You have Justice, and you are working with Lady Artemis. Artemis? Oh, I don't know how her name is pronounced in English. Artemis, I think it is. You are working with Lady Artemis, and she is so great. She's a patron of mine, and if you're not working with her, she is a patron of yours. She is coming through with this reading. Someone else might be Hecate, I think she's called, Lady Hecate, which you could consider a queen of the underworld. Like, if you don't know who Lady Artemis is, Artemis, I think. I'm so sorry if I butcher the name. She is a goddess of the moon. She's the goddess of hunt, for me also nature and death. She is the twin sister of the sun god Apollo, or Apollon, who is also a patron of mine. And like a deity I have the greatest connection with, besides Anpu, Lord Anpu. But yeah, she's amazing, and I see it in her face, like this fierce look that this lady has. That's I know my goddess, okay? I know my goddesses. So what kind of situation is pile 3 in? We have death in reverse. You're kind of scared of death. Is something that I'm getting. Like, it might be that you really are scared of dying, or maybe you have anxiety, to be honest. It feels like you might also be very ungrounded and having a lot of panic attacks. A lot of panic attacks. I don't know what the other word in English is. Like, in German there is like a panic attack that comes without a reason, and a panic attack that comes because you were scared. And it might be that you have these two things, anxiety, depression, anything like this. You feel very, when I would say low, but don't take it as an insult. I don't mean like you're low vibrational. It means that you feel very low in a in a sense of you feel very sad, lots of anxiety, very scared, anything like this, or you get scared very, very easily. Maybe you're scared of spirits. Maybe you're also scared of Lady Artemis, or anything like this, but you feel very angsty, I think it's called. We have the Hierophant. I don't know, not Hierophant, the Hermit. Sorry. Something that's coming up is you might be very often alone, but it might be because you are scared. It might really be because you have so much anxiety and just, how's it called, social anxiety, I think. Maybe you're very scared of people, enjoy your time alone, which is absolutely fine. That's the next card, the 10 of Cups, is saying it's absolutely fine if you enjoy being on your own. Because, for example, I'm such a person, I really like my alone time. I enjoy just being with myself because I learn a lot about magic and deities and stuff like this, and I just want my peace. And my roommate, I'm so glad she respects this. Like, she just puts in headphones and is like, yeah, okay, then I'm going to listen to music while you read or anything like this, and she just gives me the space I need, which is so great. I love her so much. She's literally just sitting next to me. She doesn't speak English, so she doesn't know that I'm talking about her, but I love her. Yeah, but it's nothing bad to feel angsty, but we have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the High Priestess in reverse, and she says we do have to change something about your anxiety, though. It's time for you to really change a little bit about your anxiety, because it might be too much. Like, you're avoiding people too much. You have problems because, for example, you're not able to go to the supermarket because you have lots of panic attacks. It's something that I suffer from. That's why I always listen to music while being in a supermarket. Otherwise, I would get so many panic attacks, and it's so bad. But yeah, you might even have... No, I just wanted to say you are scared of the future, but that's not the case. You're not scared of the future. You're just scared of dying. Which reminds me of anxiety again, because I had this one friend. She was scared of everything. She was scared of food, she was scared of weather, everything, anything under the sun. Like, like, I loved her so much. I haven't talked to her in a very long time. She was so cute, but she had so much fear when going out of her room. She really had like this problem not being able to go out of her room because she was always thinking that she's going to die, even though there was nothing to be scared of. But like, you're valid. If you're scared of anything, you're valid, because I have been like this. Like, 4 years ago, I was so scared of everything. Now it's better. Nowadays it really is better, but I still have lots of fears and paranoia, and yeah. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 3? Might be that your anxiety comes from someone. We have the 3 of Swords that hurt you. Someone really hurt you. It might be a parent, but it more feels like a partner or something else. If this anxiety doesn't come from that, someone just hurt you. Someone really just backstabbed you, or I heard cheated on you, and that's not good. That's not good. I was just thinking about Artemis, Lady Artemis. She is very protective over her people, and according to her mythology, she's not very fond of men, especially not if they cheat. So I don't know how it is in real life, but I know she's very fierce, very strong, and yeah, she doesn't like when her children are hurt. Like, no god does in the end. Like, when I think about all my deities, they all don't like when I get hurt. They are all very protective over me, which is so sweet. I really enjoy this. But yeah, it really feels like you just got hurt. Someone literally just, like, I see the sword being stabbed into your heart, and it really hurt. Whatever this person did, it really hurt. We have the Empress. Something the moon already says and your spirit guides say is the situation was there for you to heal and to evolve. Like, yeah, you got another wound, but it showed you a wound that you had from childhood, and it's time for you to heal this wound. It's really time for you to heal this. And it just was there to show you that there is a wound that needs to be healed. You are also a very strong person because we have strength. A very strong person, a very straightforward person, knows what they want. And also you are very connected with your inner child because we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Someone who is very connected with their inner child, or very connected to spirit is also something that I'm hearing. So maybe you are actually working with deities. It feels like it. It feels like at least you look up deities. Maybe you like to read about mythology. Maybe you're writing your own book about mythology. Anything like this. This might be anything and everything, but it has something to do with you being connected with spirit. And connecting with spirit doesn't always mean talking to spirit or praying or anything like this. This might be being creative, going outdoors, going into a forest. That's also connection with spirit. So, yeah. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. Even though you are scared of death, yeah, Hanged Man. Even though you're scared of death, oh yeah, Hanged Man, no, it's upright. Even though you're scared of death, there are sometimes moments where you want to end it all, if you get what I mean. And I just want, like, I'm not here to tell you, don't do this. Like, yeah, don't do it, of course. But I feel you. Let's say it like that. I feel you. And you're very welcome at my side of YouTube. And I really feel you because I had these problems too. I still have these problems. I'm going to the doctor because of stuff like this. And yeah, you don't have to shame yourself for having this. I'm not able to actually say what I'm talking about, but I guess you get what I mean. Don't do it, okay? Please don't do it. You're very important and your spirit guides really love you, and there are people who love you, and there's so many things worth living. You just have to find them. And I get it when you don't see them, because I struggle with that too, but there are things worth living. Okay, messages from the moon, please. Messages from the moon. The first message is don't do it. Messages from the moon. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Even though you don't want it anymore, like it might be that you don't want this anymore. Love is, I'm sorry if you hear something cracking, that's my desk. I'm sorry. But what I wanted to say is, even though you feel like everybody is like the person that hurt you, Spirit really wants you to know that there will be people who actually love you, who don't backstab you, who don't betray you, who don't let go of you. Even like, yeah, sometimes it's important to let go of people. So you can meet them later again when you both evolve, because it wasn't meant to, like, you guys weren't meant to evolve together. But if a person is actually for you, they are going to come back. They are going to be there for you. They are going to be there in the right moment, and you will sense an difference, because there are people who are just not good for us. Yeah, of course. But you will, like, I feel like you have a good gut feeling. And if you're not, you can literally train it. You can look up training. I think it's called claircentience. Yeah, claircentience is when you have a gut feeling or are an empath, and you can learn to have a better gut feeling, to listen better to your spirit guides. And I also see on the back of the deck we have temperance, and that's just a little message from the moon. You have to be patient with yourself to learn this, because this comes really with time. And also you have to be patient with people around you, because right now might not be the time for you to have these people in your life, because right now you might push them away because of your anxiety or because of your trust issues that you might have developed. I don't know. But there will be the people for you. There will come people who will actually love you unconditionally. So don't give up on love. Don't give up on friendship, on humanity. The moon really says, 5 of Cups, the moon says it's time for you to do some shadow work. And if you do it even more, or keep going. Oh, I'm sorry, it just hurt my plant. I'm so sorry, baby. But really try to do your shadow work, because there are so many emotions that are within you that are not addressed yet, that really, really, really need some work, because they are pulling you down. It really hurts you, whatever this feeling is. And maybe you can even be a little bit creative to help you heal a little bit. Okay, I just heard something banging. That was confirmation. But what the moon says is try to tap more into your creative self. Maybe work with your sacral chakra, because it might be that your sacral and your solar plexus, your sacral chakra and your solar plexus might be blocked, and you do need to ground more, so work more with the root chakra. Messages from the moon, please. Messages from the moon. I do smell a candle. Oh yeah, my candle just went out. I was just like, what? It's smelling like cherries. I'm learning Greek currently, and I literally thought of the Greek word of cherry and didn't know the English word anymore. Oh my god. Cherry in Greek, by the way, is kerasi or kerasi. I think kerasi. Yeah, that was literally in my head, but I couldn't think of cherry. But we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay. The moon wants you to buy yourself a candle and do something that I did. I have a little box where I write letters to myself, and I put them in the box, and I put there, like, it's kind of like an emergency box where I have like candles that I like, incense that I like, and so on, and it's in this box, and it's only for emergencies, when my anxiety is too bad, or I have panic attacks, or paranoia again kicks in. Then I go to the box and read a letter that I have written for myself, or use a candle that I put there because they are my favorite candles and they calm me down, and anything like this. Like, it's an emergency box, and the moon really wants you to do this too, to really buy yourself a candle that you actually love. For example, maybe you do like cherries. Maybe you want a cherry candle that smells like cherry, which is so, I think it's so delicious. The smell of cherries and strawberries and candles, it's addicting. But the moon really wants you to buy yourself emergency stuff for your anxiety. And also, if you're able to go see a therapist, I know that's not able for everybody, but if you're able to go see a therapist, because there are things that need to be addressed. Yeah, that's again the next message. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Find yourself a therapist, or watch YouTube videos or read blogs about healing yourself and overcoming anxiety, because it needs to be worked on. It's too much. Like, it's okay to have a little bit anxiety, it's okay to have a little bit paranoia and depression, but it's too much in your case. It's really not good for you, and you don't have to feel shame because of this, because I struggle with this too. Like, my spirit guides always tell me, we have to work on this depression, we have to work on this paranoia, because I'm very paranoid. I'm very paranoid. It's really bad. And yeah. Messages from the moon, please. She wants to say to you that she's always there. Even if you don't see her, the moon is always there. So you are not alone. And your spirit guides are also always there. They are not going to hurt you. And we have the devil. The moon wants to say to you, this person that actually hurt you, they are getting their karma. Don't worry about it. Don't wish them bad luck or anything, or just don't think about them. That's the best thing you can do. Live your life, forget about them. I know it's very easy to say forget about them, and it's not very easy to do it, but the moon says, don't worry about it, they are getting their karma. Messages from the moon. But you should be careful with your own karma, because there is something you did that was not good, and you know what is meant. It was not good. Yeah, be careful with your own karma, please. And don't do black magic or something like this on this person, because it's not worth it. I don't know if you're a witch. With the Eight of Pentacles. But the moon wants you to learn more about magic. Maybe it's not magic, but manifestations. Like for me, they always say magic because for me it is magic. I am a witch. Yeah, the moon says it's time for you to look a little bit more into spirits, into astrology, into divination. What else? Anything that has to do with magic or manifestations or spirituality. Really look into that because it might help your anxiety. Because, for example, for me, it really helped my anxiety. I always was scared of spirits, but yeah, now I'm not anymore. Like I'm very chill when it comes to spirits. Like, yeah, there are trickster spirits and parasites, but I'm not actually scared of them. Like they try to scare me and I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. So also a skull might be a symbol of yours, or a symbol that you associate with a deity, and also a lion, because I just saw a skull and also a lion. Two of Cups. Don't think that love will always hurt, because it's just not true. Not every love has to hurt. Not like you have to change your perception of love. And also Three of Pentacles in reverse, of friendship and people around you. People who actually love you don't use you. You have to learn the red flags of people. And I don't want to sound too harsh or anything, but it's time for you to really learn what are red flags in people. What shows me that the person is not good for me? What are my boundaries? You have to really learn about your boundaries. It's very important. I'm always saying what is on the card, even though I'm not looking at the card. Like, I swear to God, I didn't look at the card, because we have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords in reverse literally says you need more boundaries. Yes, okay, that's what the moon says. You need to learn what your boundaries are and what is not okay to cross. And you have to stick with it. Otherwise, people will just walk over you because you don't have boundaries, and it's easier for them to use you. One last message from the moon. Okay, that's good. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and also the Two of Cups in reverse. Things are getting better soon, and it starts with you grounding 5 minutes a day. Like, just 5 minutes a day, having a root chakra meditation is going to help you. Listening to positive affirmations is going to help you. Doing some self-care is going to help you. Doing shadow work and really finding out what your boundaries are and sticking to them. And that's also everything that I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I thank the moon so much for the messages. I'm so grateful for speaking for you. And I really hope I could help you with the reading and it resonated for you. I wish you the best of luck. You got this. I know this because I was at this point and it's gotten better, okay? You can do this. Don't give up. And again, don't do whatever I was talking about in the resonation part. Please don't do it. Thank you. And that's also everything that I have for you, and I will hopefully see you on my next one. Bye.